Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about elite tonight. And the reason I wanted to talk about this, at first I was like, newer coaches don't really need to know about elite. Older coaches, like maybe, but not until this certain point. But then I felt like once we hit elite as a team, I wish that I had been more educated on what elite was earlier on, like in the get-go, than even when I was just a part of the team and helping my coach to hit elite. Like that's when I initially learned about it. And then I was like, oh, well, like if she did it, why can't I do it? Right? Like that's how we all learn. So I just wanted to put up a training and a team call about it so that, any of us can reference this and come back to it if we have questions. And same thing like for our teams and our own coaches and our own downlines, because elite is really just another one of the things that Beachbody creates, kind of like Success Club, kind of like personal volume, like any one of those things that Beachbody creates. It's literally a part of the business to help us see success, right? And so I think for so long I was like, elite is overwhelming and scary, so I'm not going to dive into learning about it because I was lazy and scared. But I think it's so important for us to do that, just because of like now, being an elite coach and having an elite team, like it's just, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so dumb. Like, why didn't I research this earlier? And yeah, so I have a little, let's see, I'm going to screen share. Where's my screen share button? Share screen, here we go. I have like a presentation, and Beachbody created this. So if you're in our business builders group, you just have to be Emerald or consistently hitting Success Club to be in our business builders group. You have access to this presentation. It's in the files section, so you can totally go download it there. But yeah, okay, let's see. What do I have to say first? I have to keep on track and look at my notes. Okay, so number one thing is like, I personally believe successful coaches are diamond coaches. Like when you've hit diamond, you've pretty much done all the things that a coach needs to learn how to do. Like you really have learned all the things, because beyond diamond, you're just recreating more diamonds. So really, really simple. And I know that might still sound overwhelming, but you just have to like trust me and take my word for it. It's like once you hit diamond and you like really solidify it, you help another person hit diamond. You hit diamond in another business center. It's just like this constant cycle. But I personally believe that successful teams, like you're having a successful team when you have hit elite. Not to say that you don't have a successful team when you're diamond. I think you just still have a really new team. A lot of the times it's still discount coaches. A lot of the times it's still family members. It's still coaches that are kind of figuring it out and deciding whether they want to work the business or not. But like when you've hit elite, I feel like it is just, putting a mark in the sand and saying like, we are a successful team. So it's really, really special to be an elite team. And what's really cool, which again, like I didn't know this when I first started coaching, is that elite, like you can either be a coach on a team helping your team be elite, like by being one of those diamonds it's required to have as an elite coach, or you can be the coach leading your team to elite. So like there's so many different ways to be a part of an elite team, like either way, whether you're one of the ones who helped people get there or you're the leader, like you're still elite, right? As like the whole group. Okay, so that's kind of like why elite. For really quick, I just want to explain like what is elite logistically. Tell me, can you guys see all of this? I feel like I'm not on the presentation mode, so maybe it's, oh yeah, it's good. It's just like a little skinny. Okay, so technically speaking, elite coaches are 5-star diamonds or above, and you just have to hold that for 6 consecutive weeks during the year, or maybe it's like during December now, I don't know. But you have to be 5-star diamond, and then you have to have 105 balanced leadership points. So basically those points come from different areas of your business. It could come from signing new coaches. It could come from getting success starters on your team. It could come from having your coaches starting off on the right foot and like adding, to their own team, their own coach business. Like if you have a new coach who hits Success Club 2 even, like that could help you get some of those points. There's a document I'll share with you guys later where you can like look at the very nitty gritty details of this. But then the other thing is you just have to have 2 new diamonds. So like last year, I started out the year as a diamond coach. And then by the end of the year, we were 6-star. And so that made us elite because I was a 5-star diamond coach. And there were at least 2, which all of the diamonds on our team were new diamonds, but at least 2 of them had to be new. So like for this year, we are currently 4-star diamond, paid 4-star. So, you know, all we have to do is get 2 diamonds back. Basically, it just means that 2 girls lost their diamonds. So you just need to get 2 diamonds back. And then I'm 5-star again, or technically 1 diamond back. But really, like, it's even easier to hit elite this year for me because I'm already, you know, close. I already have diamonds that are helping us. And now I just need to add upon that and get 2 more new ones. So like in my mind, when I learned that at first, I didn't know that, but then now I'm like, oh my gosh, like moving forward each year, you could be elite if you just stay the same rank and then you add 2 new diamonds. Like, I think that's amazing. You still have to get all the points, but at that point in time, you should, like, it shouldn't really be a struggle for you to get all those points if you're just staying consistent with like all the vitals. I'm going to be honest with you guys and say that I didn't really like track my leadership points too detailed. I had a corporate mentor that we would have like calls every month, and she would always like stay on track of my points for me, and she'd like update me. But again, I was being a bad coach and I wasn't taking initiative and learning about this all myself. And I was just like, oh yeah, like it'll all work out. But she was like keeping me on track, and we had so many more points than we needed. We had like 200 points or something like that. So anyways, that's like the technical of what is elite. And then really quickly, I just wanted to say, like, when I finally experienced being elite as a coach and with like our team hitting elite, I think it's so funny because like my mind was blown, as you guys have heard, like in so many different areas. And really, number one, because it's not that complicated. Like, I was making elite out to be this big deal, and it was so scary and it was so overwhelming, when in reality, like, it is just another one of the stepping stones that Beachbody gives us to have a successful business, right? And a successful team. So number one, I think that everyone should aim to be elite. Because income wise, when you're a 5-star diamond coach or above, you're getting paid a full-time income for sure. It's like, no doubt about it. Like, cause I know sometimes, you know, it's hard to communicate to people, like, what does a full-time income look like for you? Cause to some people it's like 20 grand. For some people it's 30 grand a year, you know, like it's all different for different people, depending on what your experience is, your past jobs, all that kind of stuff. But for us, like, we have never had stable jobs. We've never had like a sustainable income. Like, we both grew up with really, really low income households. But so I can say, like, for sure, this is definitely a point where you can like trust that your income is like full-time and very sustainable, which is just really cool. Like, financial freedom is amazing. And the other thing about income when you hit elite, which is really cool, is like you get all these extra bonuses, which again, I did not know about this even like right on the verge of hitting elite. I know you get an elite bonus quarterly, and I could explain how that works, but I'm not going to go into detail about it right now. But on top of the quarter bonus, you get a month bonus of $500 as long as you maintain 5-star diamond or above every month the year, like the next year. So like, we were classified as 2020 elite because we ended 2019 as an elite team. It's always like a year behind. I think that's how, yeah. So like, if we end 2020 again as an elite team, we'll like the recognition will say 2021 because it's the beginning of that next year. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So like, the year that you hit and like qualify elite, it's like the next year you get every single month that you hold your 5-star diamond or above status for just 1 week, you get a $500 bonus. To me, that's just like mind blowing. Like, there's like a whole ton of bills right there, right? Um, okay, so that's all cool. Like you get some really cool recognition. Like I got roses in the mail from them. You get a ton of free crap, like free jackets and stuff, and you get like a paid hotel room during one of the nights at Summit. Like you just get treated really well. But apart from that, I think what's really cool that I've learned about being elite is that you're leading an organization at this point. And even if that sounds scary to you right now, like I just want to tell you, it is when the fun begins. Like in our team, I feel like I have had so much more fun as a coach. Not that the early years weren't fun, but they were full of a lot of like just failing forward, right? Like it's really messy in the beginning, and that's totally okay. That's beautiful, like in and of itself. But now I feel like it's so much more fun in a way of like, just community wise, like you have built this organization, you kind of get to have this like creativity with like, what do you want that organization to look like, you know, like how do you want to run your team calls, how do you want to run things, like I don't know, how do you want to run your prep courses, like you have built this thing where you like all these people are following, and it's just so exciting and so much fun. So you get to be more creative. I think it's more fulfilling, it's more fun. So lastly, before we dive into all of like, how do we get there with this stuff, that'll be the quicker part. I just wanted to, you know, announce to you all that like, it is hard, yes, but it's not as hard as I think we make it out to be. Like, I think we make elite to be this big thing, and really it should just be another one of the things on our vision board, you know, right next to diamond, right? Because after you hit diamond, where are you going? You got to go somewhere after, because you'll never get to the top of the mountain. Like, don't let that be a negative thing for you, but like, if there's a tippity top of the mountain, like you're going to get there one day and you're going to be really sad. I just watched Taylor Swift's documentary last night. I watched 2 documentaries in a night. That's awful. But I was waiting on something for Beachbody. But she said, you know, when she got her Grammy, it had been the one thing she had been looking forward to her whole entire career. When she got there, she like looked down, she said, from this mountain of like accomplishment, and she was like, who have I even like done this with? You know, she felt really alone. She felt like she didn't know where was the next step to go. She didn't even really know like who she was. She was like, I've just been so focused on this goal and like holding so tightly to it. So I think what's really cool is like within our company, within Beachbody, there's so many different little like, you know, sides or like tops of the mountains or little mini mountains where you can just climb and like be like, wow, I just did this, I just accomplished this, like diamond, you know, and then 1 star and then 2 star, and like there's just so much growth and room for growth, like it's never ending. So like if you really truly focus in on enjoying the journey and like just being better than you were yesterday every single day, you're never going to get bored. Like you're never going to have that feeling of like, okay, I'm at the top, now what? Like you just keep going. So I think everyone should aim to be elite. It's hard, but like this business is hard, life is hard, and the hard things are what make us grow. They're what make us better humans. And again, like it's not as hard as I thought it was. And I just want you guys to like give yourselves permission, you know, give yourself permission to dream big, even if you're simply a coach right now, like you're not even emerald or anything. Like why not? I wish that I could have gone back in time and like looked at myself and been like, girl, you got to start pushing for elite right now, or not pushing, but like looking forward toward it, right? And thinking, how can I help my coach be elite? How can I, you know, lay the foundation and help her so that one day I can recreate it for my own team? So dream big. Why not you, right? Why not you? Okay, now we're moving into the like technical stuff really quick. So like I said, you need these 105 balanced leadership points, and then we're going to go into like, what are the leadership points? So APV points are basically from purchases made by your 2019 PS coaches. Now this is the slideshow from last year, so this should actually say 2020 coaches and customers who placed their first order with 2020 with you. So like that's basically hitting Success Club, right? So if you're hitting Success Club 10 or above, like you're going to get these points from your coaches and your customers. And then leadership points are earn 1 leadership point each time one of your coaches who enrolled in this year, so it would be 2019 and 2020, qualified for Success Club. So like, you know, again, like you have a successful team when you hit elite, because not only are you able to hit Success Club, but now you're creating duplication and you're teaching your coaches how to hit Success Club. And then the next one is leadership PS 1+ Success Club points. So you can earn a leadership point for every new PS coach who earns their first point in the month they enroll or following. So this, you know, again, first we have you're hitting Success Club, second we have your coaches are hitting Success Club, and third you're signing up new coaches that are like running out of the gates hot and they're like sharing this with their friends. And I love that this is, you get a point for just literally one, like your coach sharing it with one person, getting one sign up, because a lot of us in our early months of coaching aren't necessarily like business builders right away. But I think in the first month, you have the ability to tell your coaches, like, are you excited? You know, like, is this changing your life? Are you seeing results? Okay, go share it, right? Like if you are doing your job as a coach and getting people results, they're gonna want to share it. They're gonna want to share it with their family, their friends. And so like, even if they just get one person signed up, you can get leadership points from this. So yeah, just another way of like a testament that you're being a successful coach and getting your people results, because they're gonna want to share it. So the leadership ladder is basically the way that you can kind of track yourself on the road to elite. So again, whether you're like just a brand new baby coach, the reason you can start thinking about elite is because they have this beautiful roadmap where like each of these things are a check mark. Like, and I don't know if you guys know it, but in the mail, you get a little award and they're magnetic. So like every time you hit one of these goals, when you're a business starter, you'll get like a little, it's like a blue trophy made of glass, and it says on it, like engraved, like business starter. And then you get another level when you hit team builder, and then team leader, and organization leader, and executive leader. Pretty cool. So like you, even if you ended the year at business starter, like that's still a huge thing. That's a huge like goal to hit, because next year you could go from business starter to executive leader, right? Like, or the next year you could just move one rung up the ladder. It doesn't matter how fast you go, just as long as you're going somewhere, right? And moving somewhere. So I love that they implemented like just little stepping stones, because sometimes when we just look at elite from coach status, it's like, whoa, that's so big. Okay, so we got, again, team builder, team leader, premier leader, and elite leader. So I think now it's going to break down all of them. Okay, so team builder, that's the first step of this, right? Well, there's business starter before that, but I think business starter is basically when you hit emerald, maybe? I can't remember, but we're just going to jump to team builder, I guess, because that's what they said to do. So you have to be a diamond coach. You hold it for 6 consecutive weeks. You earn 25 leadership points. So like, remember all those categories I just went over? You can earn literally, I think, all of those points from any of those categories. And I know for a fact that when you have a success starter on your team, you get 25 leadership points. So like if you are a diamond coach and you have one person on your team hit success starter, you just got all your points. You need 1 new emerald, and obviously if you're a diamond, you should have gotten 1 new emerald to help you get to diamond, right? And then 1,000 team volume is what TV stands for on your weak leg. So you guys should all know like how to find out your weak leg from your strong leg. You just go in your back office, click on volume on the left-hand side of the screen, and it'll show you your different legs. So you just need 1,000 total team volume on that leg. Okay, next one, we have team leader. So again, like I just think this is such a cool way to track your business alongside of like your rank, because sometimes when we're just going from like diamond to 1 star to 2 star to 3 star, it can just be like monotonous. And then you're like, am I really getting better? Like when you don't see your income grow a ton, or when you don't necessarily see your different parts of your business grow a ton, you can look at these things in your back office and you can feel confident of like, I'm still going somewhere. I'm still moving towards something. And I remember for a couple months, maybe it was last summer or the year before that, Carly made some spreadsheet for a ton of us to like track all of this stuff. And I would highly recommend doing that for yourself. Like make a little document and put all of these categories in there so you can just track like every month. Are you moving up the ladder little by little? Because then it's not just a goal to hit Success Club. But it's a goal to like get people results, you know, like sign them up, get them results, have them help their friends and family, right? It's just this whole progression. So anyways, team leader, you are a 1-star diamond held for 6 consecutive weeks. You have 50 leadership points, so you just doubled. You have 2 new emeralds or 1 new diamond. And again, if you're a 1-star diamond, you probably will have 1 new diamond and 1 new emerald, or 2, because it takes 2 emeralds to make a diamond. And then you have 2,500 team volume on your weak leg. Okay. Oh, wait, is this, what did we just go over? Team leader, team leader. I think they have an extra slide, but this is the pretty backpack that you get when you hit team leader. So another perk, which is really fun. When I hit team leader, I think it was the very end of 2018. We like made it into 1-star quals at the end of, so maybe I didn't earn this till 2019, but the backpack is super cute and 10 out of 10 would recommend. Okay, so after that, Premier Leader. So this is basically when you're a 2-star diamond. I know a lot of you have probably heard like you can end the year at either Premier or Elite, but little did we know you can also end the year at Team Builder or Team Leader. Like those are other stepping stones before Premier, before Elite. A lot of people just don't talk about them, and I don't know why, because they're still awesome, right? Like you're still doing stuff. So you're a 2-star diamond, same thing. You have 75 leadership points. You have 1 new diamond. Again, it should be natural for you to have. And a lot of this stuff really does grow naturally once you hit that rank. So it's not something you should worry about, but just like keep an eye on. And then what do we have? Elite leader. So this is elite. And we already went over this, right? You need 2 new diamonds. You need 5,000 team volume on your weak leg. You need 105 balanced leadership points, and you need to be a paid 5-star diamond. So held for 6 consecutive weeks. So here it is, all in one graphic. You know, it might be a little bit confusing at first, but I know like the more you look over it, the more you go over it, the more you'll understand. Let's see, what does this say? Can you tell I didn't look over this beforehand? It's been a while. 25, I don't know. Oh, this is just telling us, so like you can get 25 points for each new personally sponsored star diamond rank advancement. So like if your coach went and hit 1 star and you're like, whoa, what are you doing? You're like freaking amazing. Then you get 25 points from that rank advancement. Same thing again, like I said, if you get a new success starter in the year, you get 25 points for that. Freaking awesome. Yeah, that is everything. And then I have a little document here, which is also found in the files section of our Business Builders group. So you can download this and kind of, again, like you can pair it with a spreadsheet if you want to make, but you can just like check off these boxes and see yourself growing. So yeah, I think the first one that I mentioned before Team Builder, Business Starter, would be like around Emerald. But yeah, so cool. This just helps you break down everything and track it all. I'm not gonna like go into detail because you guys can look at that later and figure it out. Okay, I don't know if you guys have any questions. There's probably a lot, maybe. There's just a lot of info. You can unmute yourself if you have any.
I have a question. I had to like hide myself because I'm like mowing down on food. But so I took a picture of it so I could ask. But so the 1,000 TV points, like, so I'm diamond right now. My 1 new emerald would be either Casey or my mom. My 25 leadership points, how else can I get that? Because I guess like through my mom, no. Yeah, I guess through my mom I could. But what's another way that I can get those 25 leadership points? Because Casey's been a coach for a long time, and he wasn't a success starter. And my mom, I just signed her up last month, so I know that this month and the next 2 months I could get her on to Success Club and get, my points that way. But my first question is what else can I do to get that? And then for the TV, is that within the just within the 5 weeks? At some point, I need to have 1,000 on my left leg, my weak leg.
Yes, I believe so. I think it's just at some point, but the way that volume usually works with your team, like when you're new and starting out, it's very like all over the place. Like some weeks it'll be like 300 and then some weeks it's like 0. You're like, what happened? But when you start to just build a little bit more, it gets a lot more like sustainable at one spot. I feel like it's kind of like this, it's like kind of dips and goes up and down, but it's always like growing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just like 1 month. And then to answer your question about the other points you can get, let me go back to our little PowerPoint here because it lays them all out. So you can earn them from purchases made by your PS coaches and customers. So like if you are hitting Success Club, like you will get points, you'll get leadership points from that. So like the higher Success Club numbers you hit, the better. And then you will also get points from your coaches hitting Success Club or just getting Success Club points on the board. So like, again, Casey or your mom, they were signed up last year, right?
Casey was signed up last year, like shortly after I signed up, but my mom, I signed her up last month when I wanted to hit Diamond and I just wanted to take it into my own control.
Yeah, so those are another like area you can control. For me, when we were pushing for Elite, I think Chad and my mom were both signed up the year before it counts. Like it has to be either this year or the year before. And so I like had no control of their account like that adding to the leadership points, but it's okay. We still did it.
Yeah. So what's cool though is like I've got my right leg like pretty like solidified. Like everybody I signed up last month wants to continue. So my weak leg is the leg that like, obviously I need the 1,000 points on, but that's also the leg that I need to work on now. So just by me like adding a bunch of people there will help me get there. So that's like I'm glad I was able to hop on because just seeing those little stepping stones will help me kind of focus on that rather than Elite. So that's what I'm going to work on is like team builder and then keep going.
Yeah, because when you're new, even as a Diamond coach, I felt like Elite was like this massive mountain. I was so scared of it. And now like we're here and I'm like looking around like why the heck aren't more people Elite on like Team to Rise and on our team? Like it's just so doable and like it's just so much fun. I'm like everything gets more fun when you're here. But yeah, I think that's like all I had to share with you guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Brianne said, and the new Diamond is the calendar year. For which one? Was that a specific slide?
So basically what I meant is like for any of the different ranks, whether it was Diamond, 2, etc., is it within a certain range or whether you get a new Diamond from January 1 to December 31st?
I think I understand.
Does that make sense? So I guess in my job, I'm so used to whether it be like year to date or if it's a calendar year. Does that make sense?
Like January to January?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it means for any of those levels on the leadership ladder. It's always like in this year, January to January, because on January 1st, we all started at 0. Like every other Friday, or no, not every other, I can't think of when, but maybe it's like the second Friday of every month. They come out with a new Elite report. So you can go into your back office and you just click on, I think it's like recognition and ranking, something like that. And then it'll say like elite report or elite ranking, and you can actually click on that and see where you sit with all the different categories. So that's how you can kind of track yourself like throughout the year. That's how I was like tracking myself, because it'll show you all those different categories, and one of them is like your new diamonds or whatever. So that'll be really, really helpful. And yeah, that updates, I think, the second Friday of every month. So I think it's going to update this Friday. And if you're like, since it's the brand new year, what was crazy is last year I had like 3 success starters in January or February, like early on in the year. I had a few girls hitting success starter, and so that gave me like 75 leadership points, and that's like pretty rare or like awesome to have. And so nobody else in the network was getting that, and so I was like number 23 in the network, like starting out the year last year, and I was just this little baby diamond coach, and I was like, what the heck is happening? And all the coaches like on Team Fight to Finish were like, whoa, Leanna, like what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, I'm just like helping my coaches get success, right? So it's really fun to kind of like watch and see. You will probably go up and down though, like as the year goes on, because it's based off everybody in the entire network, like whatever your like full ranking is. But yeah, I think that was all I had to say about that. Anyone else have any other questions? Is this like making sense? Is it going over anybody's head?
Jess, I just wanted to say, even though I'm like not at that level yet, it helps put it in perspective more. Like when you know the future structure kind of that you're working towards, you don't like overthink it so much. You're like, oh, okay, that makes sense why this is important, or these little things.
Yeah, and that's the thing I didn't understand was like, well, why should we be pushing for elite? Like, why should we be pushing for different levels on the leadership ladder, like the team builder and team leader? And it's all like, Beachbody is just really smart. Like all the people in the corporate team, they're so smart. They're like literally geniuses. And I mean, that's why they're there. They're on the corporate team. But it's all laid out for us, you know, just like Success Club, because if we aren't hitting Success Club, we know we're not building our business. Like we'll see it in our back office. Like people are dwindling, numbers are going down. So yeah, I think this is just another one of those things where it's like, if we educate ourselves on it more and more, it's just going to help us be better coaches and be better leaders and create a stronger organization. And it's fun to like do well, right? Like we all want to do well. We all want to like make an income and have a team that's successful. At least I would hope so. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I'm going to take a selfie of us. Yay, smile. So cute. Oh, lastly, I was just going to say, so our goal for Team Wholehearted for this year, we want to be 2-time elite. That's like what it's called when you hit it multiple times. So like, I think Melanie Mitro is like an 8-time elite coach. She's like one of my favorite coaches in the network. So it's crazy. But I think like after you hit it the first time, it just doesn't seem that complicated anymore or scary. So we can totally do it. We just need to get back to our 5-star diamond rank or 6-star, and then get 2 new ladies to hit diamond, which I think is 110,000% possible. There's so many. But yeah, that's like literally it. I'm not worried about the leadership points. I'm obviously going to track them probably more intently than I did last year, just so I can like help you guys learn how to do that and be more accustomed with them all, like what all the different points mean. But I think we're totally going to make it happen. And I want to know out of you guys, like who of you want to be elite by the end of the year? I know one person does. Yeah.
Question, can me going diamond, can that help you at all within your ranking or no? Because I'm not a PS.
I think it helps me, but like in an indirect way. Like it helps Kelsey directly, but Kelsey being more successful helps me. You know what I mean? So like that's the really cool thing about this business. Jamie and Steve once told us, no matter like who it is in the downline, if somebody is really doing well and being super successful, like they say they always take the time to reach out to that person and like help build that person up and give them support and make sure they're getting enough support, because it's always going to eventually like roll back up to them. So like even when we were pushing for elite last year, in the very end of the year, Steve reached out to me and Chad and was like, hey, do you guys want to have like a one-on-one? Because like I really want to help you get to elite. And so he kind of like explained all about it to us and just said like, it's going to help Carly, and when it helps Carly, it's going to help us. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, it's just fun to have your uplines take intentional time and like focus on you, because yeah, it just really helps everybody, I think, which is the awesome part of our business. Yay. Okay, guys, have a good rest of your night. Thanks for hopping on with me. Bye.